I miss my old background, so voila. I have been hearing the phrase that suicide is cowardly. And it makes me angry because it is completely untrue and completely true at the same time. One reason why, why is it true? Because you're cowering away from life. You could live, you could face your problems, you could live another day, but you don't. You kill yourself. That's cowardly. You know what isn't cowardly? Killing yourself. So it's completely contradictory. Why isn't it? The idea of dying can be so appealing. But have you ever heard the phrase too afraid to live, too afraid to die? Or something like that? The actual act of killing yourself, it's effing terrifying. The actual taking the pills and putting them down your face or tying up the noose, whatever you do, is effing terrifying. Like, you want it so badly. You want it so badly, but you're afraid to do it. I was suicidal recently, and I wanted to so badly to kill myself, but I was afraid. So if I had done it, I would have been facing that fear and, in essence, been incredibly brave. Incredibly brass nuts brave. Should I have done it? No. Is it considered okay in any way to do it? No. Suicide is not the answer. And this coming from someone who was very, very suicidal recently. It is not okay. It is not. It isn't glorious. It isn't romantic. It isn't the right thing to do. The thing is, though, if you are brave enough to tie the noose, if you are brave enough to swallow the pills, and if you are brave enough to lie there and die, then you can be brave enough to face another day. You can. Why? Because you've got brass freaking nuts. It takes a lot of courage to kill yourself. Use that courage to live. Use that courage to get to the day where you're gonna wanna live. Where you're so freaking glad, thank goodness I didn't do it. Thank goodness I didn't do it, because I wouldn't have today, and today is wonderful. So don't take that away from yourself. Use those brass nuts. Use those brass nuts to live. You can do it. You can really do it. You can make it to tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Because, like I said, they're both courageous things, cowardly things to do. Okay? So what I want to say is, please live. Do what you can. Find a helpline. Find a friend. Tell your parents. Talk to your school counselor. There's texting lines for suicide. I will see if I can find the link to that. I will link Unsuicide again. I link that every time I talk about suicide, I think. Unsuicide has links to different help, depending on where you are in the world. and it does have a link to the texting line for suicide. So instead of going for those pills, find that text line. Find that friend that will be there at 3 in the morning. Because you're worth it. It doesn't matter who you are. You're worth it. And I effing care if that means anything. So please live.